My lesbian girlfriend comes to my house for dates every Friday. But just as I arrived at the front door, I happened to witness my girlfriend being harmed. Seeing the criminals heading toward the house, I desperately managed to close the door just in time and activated the home security system, then found the phone and immediately called the police. There was more than one criminal outside the door. They calmly installed explosives on the front door. I dialed the phone and immediately described the current situation and reported my home address. But I lived in a remote suburban villa. It would take the police half an hour to arrive. I immediately panicked and started crying. In half an hour I might not even be alive. I immediately contacted the security specialist responsible for the villa, but the customer service representative who answered was obviously new. She was also confused by this emergency situation, and immediately asked an experienced colleague for help. While making the call, I woke up my sleeping son, wanting to escape as quickly as possible. Just then, the criminals detonated the explosive. The security personnel saw everything through the surveillance and frantically called out to me. Fortunately, I was unharmed. I quickly pulled my son up and hid. At this time, the criminals also entered and shouted loudly that they only wanted money, not lives. But I would never believe such people's lies. Then under the security personnel's guidance, I took my son and used flexible movement to avoid their sight. Coming to the pool room downstairs, a female criminal was checking the surveillance, while the police who were on their way were blocked by heavy rain halfway, unable to arrive in time. The security company could only stall for time first. Meanwhile, all three criminals had entered the house. Since the house was too large, they could only split up to search for me. I secretly had my son hide behind the blinds, while I hid in a nearby cabinet. Soon the criminals found this place. I saw him using advanced scanning equipment to search carefully. Unexpectedly, he really discovered something, using a hammer to frantically strike the wall. Fortunately, there were only a few iron bars inside. The criminal had to leave disappointed. My son and I narrowly escaped. I decided to head to the underground garage to drive away, but this required the security personnel's help to see which route would be safer. At this time, the criminals had found the safe. This was exactly their purpose for coming here. Unfortunately, they couldn't open it without the password, so they had to catch me. Soon I successfully brought my son to the underground garage, but what I never expected was another female criminal heard the noise and came over too. She directly threw a flash grenade at us.
Hello, kittens.
Get back!
To protect my son, I fought desperately with her. I was defeated before long. Fortunately, my son grabbed a baseball bat in time and ambushed the criminal. This gave me a moment to catch my breath. The furious criminal wanted to harm my son. Fortunately, I intervened from behind in time. My son and I dragged the criminal to another room and locked the door, while the other two criminals were still concentrating on figuring out how to open the safe. Now was the best time to escape. I quickly got in the car with my son. However, just as I was about to open the roller door to drive away, lightning suddenly struck from the sky, damaging the house's electrical system.